The Wild West, where the whiskey's weak, the bullets fly faster than reason, and every cowboy sounds suspiciously like they've just stepped out of a London pub.
I never did get to know exactly what she done that was so wrong.
Welcome to Carry On Cowboy, a gloriously daft spin on the American frontier, where the only thing more dangerous than a six-shooter is a Sid James wink. Today, we're taking a ride through the very best moments from this 1965 gem.
You have a good sleep, sweetheart.
Where spurs jangle, chaos reigns, and absolutely no one is who they claim to be. Our story begins, as all great westerns do, with a bang, or three.
I wonder what they wanted.
Into the peaceful, and quite possibly the driest, town of Stodge City rides the infamous outlaw Johnny Finger, better known as the Rumpo Kid. Sid James, in his element, wastes no time announcing his arrival.
You won't have to worry about that no more.
I won't.
From now on, I'll be run out.
He guns down three complete strangers for no apparent reason, helps himself to a drink in the saloon, horrifying the teetotal townsfolk, and polishes things off by shooting the sheriff, the rather unfortunate Albert Earp, played by John Pertwee.
Don't go!
Listen, Frank. Just tell my folks what happened, will you?
And just like that, Rumpo takes over the town. With a leering grin and a belly laugh you can hear from the next territory, Sid James turns Stodge City into his personal playground. The saloon becomes his base, his gang rolls in, and honest folks either flee or fall in line. Well, most of them.
My, but you got a big one.
I'm from Texas, man. We all got big ones down there.
And the other, hand it over.
Joan Sims' Belle, the original owner of the saloon, isn't quite ready to give up control. She's tough, sharp as a tack, and knows her way around both a bar and a shotgun. Watching Belle and Rumpo clash is a real treat. Equal parts flirtation and feuding, with Sims bringing a perfect mix of grit and comedic timing.
But Johnny, she's no good. Take it from me, she's after something.
Meanwhile, hundreds of miles away in Washington, D.C., help is accidentally on its way.
The telegraph from Stodge City, sir. Judge Burke?
I remember him in law school.
I didn't know you studied at law school, sir.
I didn't. I was a janitor.
Enter Jim Dale as Marshal Peanut, an eager and very British sanitation engineer who's arrived in America to revolutionize the sewerage system. Through a mix-up straight out of a pantomime, Nut wanders into the wrong office.
Well, what do you want?
I was told you might give me a job.
Job?
Mistakes a government commissioner for a plumbing official, and is swiftly dispatched to Stodge City.
Just get down to Stodge City and get to work, huh? See Judge Burke there, he'll tell you what to do.
Believed by all to be a fearless peace marshal.
Excuse me, do you go all the way to Stodge City?
Oh, yeah, I have a job of work to do there.
And here's where we meet Annie Oakley, played by Angela Douglas. She's quick-witted, straight-shooting, and already on her way to Stodge to settle a score. Her father, Sheriff Earp, is dead, and she wants justice. She and Nut end up sharing a stagecoach, and when the coach is held up by bandits, it's Annie who draws her pistol and calmly picks them off with perfect aim. Nut, in true carry-on fashion, well, he thinks he's the one that's doing the sharp shooting. Positioned on top of the coach, he fires random shots while Annie takes aim from the carriage below. When the gang retreats, Nut believes he's the hero.
They've run away! They've had enough!
And Annie, she lets him believe it. With a knowing smile, she lets this bumbling Brit carry on thinking he's a hero. It's a lovely character moment. Douglas gives Annie a dry, warm confidence that plays beautifully against Dale's clueless enthusiasm. By the time they arrive in Stodge City, Nut is being hailed as the town's last hope, while Annie quietly readies herself to finish what she started.
There was only him, and you couldn't expect a poor defenseless little thing like me to do anything.
Back in town, Judge Burke, played by the always exasperated Kenneth Williams, is in full moral meltdown.
Suppose you think that's culture.
As the town's mayor and fierce advocate of law, order, and lemonade, he's positively aghast at the state of things. Williams's performance is a masterclass in pursed lip indignation.
Do you hear me? I'm gonna get ya. Now's as good a time as any, Judge.
Gasping at every breach of decency like he's personally been slapped with a wet fish.
They can't fool me. It was Rumpo's doing.
As Nut tries to establish law and order while still wondering where the sewer plans are, Rumpo makes several attempts to eliminate the so-called marshal. He sends his gang to ambush him, frames him for cattle rustling, and even unleashes the local Native American tribe, led by the wonderfully misplaced Chief Big Heap.
I'm called Man-Oo-Ah. Roughly translated, it means big heap.
Played by Charles Hawtrey. With a frail voice and a cup of tea energy, Hawtrey turns every scene into a farcical delight, leading his warriors with all the menace of a garden party.
You'd care for a piece of pipe, wouldn't you?
Be glad that, Chief.
There's also Bernard Bresslaw as Little Heap, towering and dim-witted, loyally following Big Heap's every whim.
We hear.
Oh, good. What's on the clock?
Little Heap make no charge for his own father.
Together, they're a pair of walking contradictions, and their scenes are some of the most bizarre and funniest moments in the film.
How you buy firewater with no dollars?
Has inherited all the cunning of his forefathers.
Despite the chaos, Nut keeps managing to come out on top, largely thanks to Annie, who's always one step ahead. She subtly takes out threats before he even notices them, allowing him to continue believing he's some sort of crackshot enforcer.
You're gonna walk down those stairs or do I have to shoot you down?
It's a wonderfully sustained joke that never quite wears out its welcome. Once Rumpo finds out Nut is actually a sanitation engineer, not a lawman, he comes storming back for a classic high noon showdown.
Be here at 12 o'clock high noon.
High noon?
Eventually, Marshall discovers that Annie was the one that saved them in the stagecoach. She trains him up in gun handling. In one of the film's most memorable set pieces, Nut pops in and out of manholes along the main street.
This is Rumpo. I'm coming in.
Picking off Rumpo's gang one by one like a whack-a-mole with a revolver.
Rumpo!
It's inventive, absurd, and very Carry On. Eventually, the gang is defeated.
Back! Fire!
But Rumpo, slippery as ever, escapes with Belle by his side.
Marsh, I think you're wonderful.
Come here.
No capture, no trial, just two outlaws riding off into the sunset.
She does know how it is, too.
Carry On Cowboy is a film that thrives on the clash between its British sensibilities and the American Wild West. It's full of slapstick, mistaken identity,
Well, Marshal, you couldn't have come at a better time.
ridiculous costumes, and characters who never quite know what's going on. But that's what makes it so watchable.
What can I do for you?
Well, actually, I'm trying to get up a posse.
Oh, for the night, you mean?
The cast is a who's who of Carry On royalty, each one leaning into their familiar roles, but keeping things fresh with the new setting. At its heart, it's a film about chaos.
Can you think of something we can do?
Yes. But hadn't we better get the problem out of the way?
Misunderstandings,
We sort of go together, like strawberries and cream.
Or ham and eggs.
and people completely unqualified for their jobs, whether they're outlaws, marshals, or doctors.
What are you doing?
That ain't fair. They said you was dead.
And somehow, despite it all, it works.
Pose? Oh, I never thought of that. My watch has stopped.
So if you're in the mood for a western where the tumbleweeds are probably made of tinsel and the guns go off more by accident than aim, Carry On Cowboy is well worth saddling up with.
Go strike a bag,
Just don't expect anyone to take it seriously. That's not how they do things in Stodge City.
Oh, right in the country. Should be nice and peaceful.